Deep in the jungles of South America, explorers dreamed of unimaginable riches. They called it El Dorado, the Golden City, a place overflowing with gold, jewels, and treasures beyond belief. But was it ever real? Or was it just a myth born from misunderstanding and greed? Today, we uncover the truth behind one of history's most enduring legends, El Dorado, the city that never was. The legend of El Dorado began not as a city, but as a man. In the highlands of present-day Colombia, the Muisca people performed a sacred ritual. Their newly crowned chief, covered head to toe in shimmering gold dust, would sail out to the center of Lake Guatavita. There, he would dive into the waters, offering golden ornaments and emeralds to the gods. Spanish conquistadors who witnessed or heard tales of this ritual transformed it into something far larger. They imagined not just a gilded man, but a kingdom. Not just a ritual, but an entire city built from gold. And thus, the myth of El Dorado was born. After Hernán Cortés conquered the Aztec Empire and Francisco Pizarro toppled the Inca, Spanish explorers believed South America was filled with hidden riches waiting to be claimed. Stories of El Dorado spread like wildfire. Expeditions marched into the dense jungles of Colombia, Venezuela, and beyond. Conquistadors like Gonzalo Pizarro and Francisco de Orellana braved rivers, mountains, and swamps. They hoped to stumble upon streets paved with gold. Instead, they found only suffering. Endless rain, hunger, disease, hostile terrain, and fierce resistance from indigenous tribes. Many never returned. But still, the lure of El Dorado was too strong to resist. The legend didn't stop with the Spanish. Even the English joined the hunt. In 1595, the famous explorer Sir Walter Raleigh sailed to South America, convinced that the Golden Kingdom lay along the Orinoco River in present-day Venezuela. Raleigh published glowing accounts of his journey, describing lands of untold wealth. But in truth, he had found nothing. Still, his words kept the dream alive, sparking centuries of quests across the Amazon basin. Each new expedition pushed deeper into unmapped lands, but every time, the Golden City slipped further away, like a mirage in the jungle. So, was there ever an El Dorado? The answer lies in the difference between myth and reality. For the Muisca, gold was not money. It was sacred. It represented the sun, life, and spiritual power. Their offerings of gold at Lake Guatavita were acts of devotion, not signs of unimaginable wealth hidden away. Archaeology confirms this. Treasures have been recovered from the lake, delicate golden figurines and ornaments, but never enough to suggest an entire city of gold. El Dorado was never a place. It was an idea, one Europeans misunderstood and then magnified into legend. Why did the myth endure for so long? Because El Dorado represented more than just wealth. For explorers, it was the ultimate prize: glory, power, and immortality. To find El Dorado was to become a legend. But for indigenous peoples, the cost was devastating. Spanish greed brought conquest, disease, and destruction. Whole cultures were shattered in the pursuit of a city that never existed. El Dorado was never a golden city hidden in the jungle. It was a story that reveals as much about human imagination and ambition as it does about history. Even today, adventurers still search for lost cities in the Amazon, still chasing the dream of El Dorado. And maybe that's the true legacy of the legend. Not the gold itself, but the endless human desire to seek out the unknown, to hope that just beyond the horizon, wonders still wait to be discovered.